What's going on, everybody? So today we are making a quick update video where I've been for the last 6 months. The last 6 months is where I last posted a video, and it's been quite the ride. So what I've been doing, again, maybe a little recap for whoever's new here. Maybe some of you are new, most of you are new. What are we doing? 29 years old, just a little bit about myself again. 29 years old, married, work a 9 to 5, rather it's an 8 to 5 job. And the goal here is to document financial freedom. And you know what? I've been thinking of niching down a little bit. I think my goal has moved, and not moved. My goal has been compartmentalized. I'm Latino also, by the way. English is my first language, but anyways, that's beside the point. I think we will be niching down this channel in the sense of my goals. My goals now have been, I've been thinking about it for a little bit. My goals now will be to generate financial freedom, like to get to financial freedom. Yes, that is the long-term goal. Now, the short-term goal, and by short-term, I mean by the end of this year, the goal is to be able to comfortably quit my 8 to 5 job. That's what I've decided. And I think it's a bit more, let's just say, achievable, because just generating financial freedom is a very broad term in my eyes now. But yeah, little quick update where we've been. We're still doing Ecom. We haven't moved. And something interesting that I've realized is that the first time I made a video on this channel was a year ago, and it was about organic dropshipping. I started doing organic dropshipping, basically kind of got a little bit maybe scammed or sidetracked by Michael Bernstein. That's a whole story for a different other video, but this is more of an update. Started with organic dropshipping, and now we are doing Facebook. And I've done a few products, but the way that I've started the approach of when I test something now is just basically pick a product and then run it for the long term. And by the long term, I mean at least 2 to 3 months. So this is where we've been. The last, I guess I'm going to share a bit of my learnings. I think out of the 3 months that I've been doing Ecom for this specific product, I basically wasted a month and a half. And by that, I mean, I wasted my time with trying to crack native ads. And I think some products are worth doing natives, others are not. And it obviously depends on the product. I picked the product in the pet niche, so I figured, you know, natives should be the right thing. Or you know what, to be more honest, let's be real here, natives are not for everybody. And for me, it seems like they aren't. So after I stopped doing natives, I started getting results, and the results show in my conversion rate. You can see that on the screen. It should be 1% conversion rate, and that was mainly brought down by the natives. Literally, I'd have like 300 people on the store, and it's been a crazy ride, by the way. I was doing listicles. I installed like a heat map, and I was getting like bot rated. Like I would get, so it would be 12 a.m. and like 12:03, I'd have like 1,000 visitors on my store, and like at $100 spend, it's just not possible, dude. And it was just like within 1 minute. But anyways, also another story for a different day. Long story short, we're still doing Ecom. I've learned a lot. I've gone through Origins course. I've gone through a few other courses while taking action, and I've started to, I think now I'm at the point where like I understand how things work. And I hate to say this because I understand how things work, but I've kept comparing myself to other people, like, but I also want to clarify, like, today things are a little bit different, but let's just say I used to compare myself to other people that I've been on the come up with, but they just came up came up hard and fast. Few people Tanvin's crazy, Ben's crazy, a few other guys that I've been working or not working with, but I've seen or I've basically talked to. And I find it interesting that I'm still behind, or I feel behind. And obviously my situation is very different than other people. Again, I do have real life commitments, so things are a little bit different here on my side, but we're still trying to grind, right? We're still trying to make it work. It's been definitely tough though. But like I was saying, I feel like I am at a point where we're gonna get there soon. I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna keep trying running this product for maybe like another week. It's been 3 months actually, and this is the reason I'm making a video update, is because I'm basically at the end of the cycle of testing this product, and by testing, running this product, and I just can't no more. It's become really hard. I've tested a lot of concepts, avatars, sub-avatars, angles, across the whole board. I want to mention maybe a few key mistakes I made. One, natives were not working for me, and I just kept trying to make it work, and I should have learned my lesson within like the first 2 or 3 weeks, saying like the natives are not going to work with the offer, and obviously it's the way my natives are being written. So yes, it just wasn't for me this time around. That's one mistake. Another mistake was playing too much with my offer. You should always be testing offers, but I was just testing way too many offers and things weren't making sense. I should have just tested like a main key core offer that works and stuck with that and test ads. Okay, another thing that I've realized, ads are the only thing that really matters. So if your natives aren't working, you have to try something else. Videos, statics, crazy. But the moment that I stopped doing natives and I started doing statics, I started seeing traction, which is crazy to me. Lesson number 3 for me. Once something is working, let it ride a little bit. And this is a good video for me because I've had like a few profitable days, like 2 to 3 ROAS, and I just kept putting ad sets in. Like, cause I been testing ads concepts almost every other day, if not every other day, but at least like 4 to 5 concepts a week or so. And I figured that when I was like a 2.5 ROAS, I added a new concept or a new batch of ads. It screwed the whole thing up. So if I feel like at 150 spend, $100 spend, once something's working, let it ride, let it sit for a little bit, start bumping up budgets. And once you're at like $500 days in budgets, maybe like $750, $1,000 in budget, that's when you can really be pumping out content. But if basically you find something that works and you're at like a very low spend, you gotta let it sit for a little bit, let it ride, see how far you can push it. Ads fatigue, yes, we all know that. We gotta be prepared. I'm not saying don't write scripts, don't do ads yourself while your campaign is running, while something is working. I'm just saying, if you find something that's profitable, let it ride for a little bit. That's what I learned, at least. So I've said 3 learnings. 4, obviously, do learnings on your ads, which is something that I haven't been really doing the last month or so, and that's because I'm a little bit tapped out. But doing learnings is very good. Do learnings, but also realize when something you need to stop. You need to stop doing something, because, for example, I was definitely doing a lot of learnings for my natives, trying to make them work. What worked here? What worked there? I couldn't figure it out, man, and that's painful to say, but yeah, nothing worked. What else can I say? I've talked about offer. I talked about natives. I talked about letting the ads ride. I want to talk about maybe a little bit of surprises. Shocked to see a couple stores that are doing crazy numbers. There's this guy on YouTube called Azal Black Hat or something, and he shows a few stores, and my mind is just blown. Like, I can't believe some of these stores are doing these crazy numbers, and it just proves to show what's possible, and that really is motivating to me. And now my nose is itchy because I have allergies, but it just proves to me that things don't have to be so complicated. Once you find that one thing that gives you that breakthrough and you're going up to the moon, that's it. So yeah, check if you guys want to. Not that I'm doing too much promotion for the guy, but if you guys want to check him out, you'll be shocked yourself. And yeah, that's it. Hit me up in the comments. Some of you guys know me from Discord. We still grinding, we not giving up. But now the goal has moved. Now the goal is to basically be enough sufficient to be able to quit my job. And obviously I have a wife to support. I'm getting kids next year probably, so I'm like reaching the end point of I either make something work or I'm screwed, man. And that's really when things are starting to heat up, and that's why I'm starting to get a little bit desperate on the product selection. Like maybe because I like I said, I've picked some stuff and I've tried to write it for a while and things haven't worked. So maybe I should start doing more products. But I have a bit of time. It's a little hard, man. Like I'm sure there's a lot of kids watching this and you guys probably don't understand, and that's fine. But if you are on the older side of life, then you definitely understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, another thing is my parents are getting old. My mom is getting really old. That's concerning to me. And that's putting pressure more on the back of my head too. Like I have to figure this shit out as fast as I can. I'm almost there though. Learned a lot. I've gone through a few educational courses a lot too. At least I think I'm starting to get the basics down. Another thing I'll say though, I think video ads are king. So video ads, UGC, all that shit is king. And as soon as I hit my brand going up, I'm hiring a video editor. So yeah, that's it. Peace out, guys and ladies.